That's not good.
So here we go. You ready, Joe?
I am ready.
Are you recording with your actual microphone?
I am recording my actual microphone.
Okay. Is your microphone facing you?
It is facing me.
All right. Do you have anything in your butt?
Nope. Not right now.
Well, I guess we're going to record then,
Maybe
unless you
later.
want to change your mind about any of those things.
Well, I mean, I might put something in my butt.
Oh, here we go. In 5, 4.
Countdown on the clock again. Feel like I'm playing in a game that I can never win. Time is running out, I know I gotta make a choice. So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sins? Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Loot Bros Podcast. I'm your host, Residentdarrell, and tonight I've got coming in clutch Kalai. How you doing?
What up? I am doing great. Happy to be recording with you guys tonight.
If you guys can hear dying children or squalling animals in the background, I do apologize. They are losing their minds. I told everyone no screens until 7:30, and it sounds like they're literally destroying the upper half of my house. So, but rounding out the trio tonight, we have I might have something in my bum, Joe.
Yo.
What up, Joe?
Oh, not much. What are you guys up to?
Man, just recording, doing some work stuff. I've been working the past 4 hours on this nice Sunday evening. I don't like to work on Sundays, but because I've been on vacation all week, I had a lot of calls to make. I had a lot of had to talk with my realtors. Had to meet up with some of my borrowers, so it's been a busy Sunday. And then I cooked. That's important too. Gained 7 pounds on this past vacation week.
Damn.
Yep. That's all right. It'll go away. It's not real pounds. It's like the fake pounds that you get from eating trash for like a week straight. Have you guys ever been to SeaWorld?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually did dinner at SeaWorld one year where you got to eat with Shamu.
Whoa. There you go. Shamu's been dead for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah. I believe so.
Okay. So shout out to a good friend of the show, friend in RIL, Gareth. I told him whenever we went a couple weeks ago back, we were in Florida, a month and a half, 6 weeks ago? I don't even know. Feels like it was just yesterday. So we met them down in Florida, their family, and they were going to go to SeaWorld, and I said, hey, get the food pass. The food pass is like, if you have a season ticket, it's like $42, but I think it's like $50 a person. But you can eat every hour on the hour at all these different restaurants. Well, lo and behold, since the last time I was there, 6 months prior, it changed from 60 minutes to 90 minutes. But 90 minutes is still provides a lot of eating opportunities. So we went to SeaWorld. What is today? We're recording on a Sunday. We were at SeaWorld on this past Tuesday. And so we got, for my family of 5, we got 2 like all you can eat passes. And I would just go in there and grab a tray of food. And then everyone would kind of graze off of it. We'd go ride a ride. And then, by the time you wait in line, you do a ride, you get out, it's eat 30 again. So then we would go get another tray of food from a different restaurant. Everybody would kind of pick off of it. And then we would go ride a ride, get done, maybe go to a show or something. And then it'd be eat 30. And it just boom. There were so many freaking people, so busy that we just constantly found ourselves like, oh, we did a thing, let's go eat. Oh, we did a thing, let's go eat. I was freaking miserable. So like back in October when we went, I got 5 passes or 4 passes. I think I did 4. And at 4 was way too much. We were throwing food away. So this time we did 2 passes. That was still too much. We were like, I was eating on principle by 6 o'clock. I was like, oh God, it's eat 30, but I can't let it go to waste. So we were pounding down some food. And then we went to Busch Gardens on Thursday. Well, Busch Gardens, it kept raining and it kept lightning. But it wasn't like bad. It would be like 5 minutes and then it would clear up. 5 minutes, it would clear up. So we're like, well, dang, we're kind of stuck here. So all we could do is eat. So it was 8:30, and then we just go eat, and then it was like, well, we gotta wait. Can't really do anything. Let's go to a show. We go to a show. It's 8:30. So instead of like walking around and doing a bunch, it was kind of hanging out, waiting for that 90 minutes to go up. So, yeah, unfortunately, it did go up. So my information that I gave you last time, Gareth, was incorrect. But it is 90 minutes now, and we definitely pounded down some food. 2 out of the 6 days I was gone, we ate like fat, gluttonous pigs, and it was amazing. So, I don't know what that has to do with video games, but how's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Good.
Little thirsty.
Oh, really? Really? You know what? You're in luck, Kalai, because this is the Loot Bros podcast. Each and every week we get together, we talk about video games. Sometimes we talk about comic books. Sometimes we talk about indulging in lots of food items at theme parks. Every now and again we share embarrassing stories about how we may or may not have pooped our pants. And we like to open each and every show up with a toast to something cool in the gaming industry. Maybe it's a news item. Maybe it's a community thing. You know, like tonight we're going to toast to our Patreon producers, Redbeard Rick, and my name is Mayo. You guys got anything else cool that you want to toast to?
I want to toast to Xenoblade 3 coming out on Friday, and I pre-ordered it.
Ooh. I mean, what? Yeah, all right, cool deal, Xenoblade. Hey, let's all pour one out for the Resident Evil Netflix show that just seems to be like absolute abysmal trash.
Sucks ass through a straw. Shit is terrible. Shit is so bad. I made a joke on one of my wrestling forums. I was like, bro, Monday Night Raw is better than this shit. Like, that's how you know. I said it might be the worst live action Resident Evil product ever made. And I was like, and I mean like ever, Darrell. I mean like the cheesy ass cutscenes from Resident Evil 1 has better acting than this show. It's bad.
I can't.
Really bad.
I can't do it, man. I can't be bothered. So,
but the action sequences were dope, but everything else is just trash.
What's funny is, you know, I've been posting in the community just the memes, because I mean the Resident Evil groups are they're not even mad anymore. They're just disappointed. It's just like
I feel like you're just used to it by now, right? Like
yeah. But the funniest meme going around is it shows all of the Resident Evil Paul W.S. Anderson photos, and it's got a picture of Thanos at the bottom that says, "Perhaps I judged you too harshly." And it's just like, man, we thought it was bad for those movies. It just got worse. It got so much worse. So here we are. We're going to toast. Nikolai, didn't you say you had something special that you're drinking tonight?
Yes. I am drinking a red wine because I thought we needed to class this show up.
Oh, God.
It's impossible to do that, first of all.
Yeah, well, we'll do our best. Here we go.
Tannins.
I'm drinking a lime LaCroix, and I'm splashing in a little bit of lemonade Mio.
What are you, like Tim Geddes with your LaCroix?
No. Tim Geddes makes LaCroix very lame. But that stuff right there is good. No, if you take lemonade Mio, pour it in any lime sparkling water, you have heaven in a glass. It is completely E2M compliant, and it tastes like Mountain Dew. It's so freaking good. So, all right, guys, who wants to start us off with what they have been playing?
Well, before we get to that,
okay.
Speaking of shows, I wanted to mention this. Has anybody seen the trailer for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I saw it pop up. I did not watch it.
Oh, it looks so good.
Interesting.
It looks really good. It's probably going to be better than the Resident Evil stuff.
And
I don't think that's hard to do.
Not hard to do.
I saw earlier where like an article popped up. Now I'm not like following anything. I'm just as Variety and Forbes and articles are popping up about Resident Evil. I'm just kind of like reading them a little bit. And there was a Forbes article that popped up earlier that was just like, yeah, there wasn't there's going to be a season 2 of this Resident Evil. It did so bad.
I thought it already got signed for season 2.
I mean, I read an article earlier today on Forbes that said it was very unlikely.
That's a shame.
The more exciting news is what's coming out of Comic-Con. Have you seen that stuff yet, Daryl?
I saw the next couple phases of the Marvel stuff, but that's it. I've been on the road I was on the road all day yesterday. We went to a bunch of like wild beaches and like saw some really cool stuff. I posted pictures on Facebook of like we went to this place called Driftwood Beach, and it's got a bunch of like dead trees. They're all just like something you'd see out of like Death Stranding or something. So it was freaking cool. But outside of going to these various beaches, we were just on the road driving, I don't know, like 100 hours. So,
well, we're getting a new Daredevil series with Charlie Cox, who's coming back to play Daredevil. 18 episodes was announced.
Dude, that's awesome. He was so good. Oh, he was so good. He was the best. The best of us, as they say. So, I'm really looking forward to that. I don't particularly... I haven't loved anything Marvel has done really since Endgame. Actually, maybe even Infinity War. So I'll be interested to see what they do with this.
What? But some of their new stuff is awesome.
I mean, Doctor Strange was okay.
Did you watch Miss Marvel?
The show? No.
Oh, God. It was so good.
No. I haven't liked any of their shows. I have not liked a single one.
I didn't really like Miss Marvel.
I watched a little bit of Captain Falcon Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. First couple episodes of that was lame. WandaVision was just awful, I thought. Didn't care anything for Loki. I haven't finished any of those. So I've been a little on the outs. I have zero interest in Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, I hated Ragnarok, so like I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like more of this. So, and outside of the nostalgia factor for Spider-Man, I didn't think Spider-Man's story was good. You know, like granted, what they did incorporating all the other universes of Spider-Man made them relevant, made them cool. Like that was awesome. But like as far as the actual story of A to B, how we got to where we went, it was terrible. Like drunken Doctor Strange doing a spell for annoying Spider-Man guy, and then it just all goes south and combines all the universes. Like there's literally a million ways that we could have done this that was way cooler than that. But it is what it is.
That's all right. It's still better than the Snyder Cut.
Ooh. Speaking of the Snyder Cut, the hotel we stayed in Florida is called the Berkeley. We got like a deluxe 3-bedroom suite or something like that. It was awesome. So freaking awesome. But the coolest part is you get a menu. The menu is like 2 or 3 pages, and it says, hey, you can rent out a theater for private viewings for no charge, and you can like just reserve a time, and you can pick from a list of movies you want to watch, and the Snyder Cut was on that list. I could have gotten a 4-hour private theater to watch the Snyder Cut.
And did you?
I wish. I wanted to. There was no time. We were in the theme parks from open to close every day of the week, with the exception of the one day we went to the beaches. And we shut them down, like fireworks shows and all. So, but it was cool. And next time I go to Berkeley, I'll watch the Snyder Cut in a theater. But Kalai, why don't you start us off with what you've been playing?
Well, Monster Hunter Sunbreak released, which of course is the expansion to Monster Hunter Rise. And I've been heavily into that. The other thing I've been playing is I did play and beat Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and I went the extra mile and actually platinumed it.
I want to take a minute right there. Let's throw this out there. Kalai has gotten a platinum more recently than the host of the Trophy Horrors, Tricky Mick. Our gaming PC gal Kalai has a platinum trophy on PlayStation 5 more recently than Tricky Mick.
Bucks us up, Tricky.
Like a bee. As a matter of fact, while you're talking, Kalai, I'm going to write into their show because they're recording live. And I'm going to ask how come Tricky has less recent platinums then Kalai. I'm gonna leave my microphone unmuted so you guys can hear me type it in.
Kalai has more macro-free trophies in 2022 than Tricky does.
I've also been playing a little bit of Neon Abyss. I really, really like that game.
Nice.
I started Guardians of the Galaxy, which I think you heard me play a little, like talk a little bit about that. That I was having problems with the game. It was having a lot of lag problems on the PC, like a lot of glitches, which I really was annoyed about. So I was told to switch over to my Xbox. So I'm going to start playing it on my actual Xbox. What else have I been playing?
I just sent it in.
You won't be able to hear him though.
No, but next week when the show comes out, we'll definitely hear the response. Maybe you can message Matt and make sure that he asked Tricky that.
I can do that. I'm kind of looking for like games that I could easily pick up and play, and I've been having trouble finding those games. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I did beat Cyberpunk 2077, which we do have a deep dive coming out soon about that. It was with me and Matt G.
Yep.
And I don't want to talk too much about Ratchet and Clank because we are going to be doing a deep dive about that game. It was a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, totally worth it.
Yes.
So, but that's pretty much it for me.
Nice. All right, Joe, what have you been playing?
A lot of stuff. I've been playing Lego Batman 3. It's a fun one. I'm liking it. Have you guys played Lego Batman 3? Darrell, did you ever pick that one up?
Yep, I've played it. It's
very different because they add all these different characters in that I didn't think you were gonna play as. Like they added all the villains, and the villains are teaming up with the good guys to fight even more villains. It's interesting. It's an interesting storyline. I'm liking it so far. They just add so many things in these Lego games now. It's like insane. It's like collect all these mini kits, collect all these guys. Like it's insane. There's just way too much to do. I'm digging it though. You know, I haven't played this one yet, like at all. So it's a new game for me. Do you know what I started playing today, Darrell? Though I started playing Call of Duty: Advanced Warfare.
That's a good one.
Man, that game is amazing. How is that the first next-gen Call of Duty, and it's still better than half the other ones?
It's a good one. I like that one a lot. I liked it better than all the Black Ops.
Dude, Atlas is a sweet, like, it's a pretty cool, like, it's like, oh, man, his son died, so he created Atlas, and then it's a cool story. I'm really digging it so far. I'm about, like, 3 or 4 missions in. I know there's, like, 15 missions, so I'm digging it so far, but... Yeah, I even might want to pick up the multiplayer and play that. It looks cool. Like I like the combat. I like how everything works. I mean, a lot of people bitched and complained about it, but I think it's better than Infinite Warfare, which kind of, in all senses, like a kind of like the continuation of that, but not really. It's very.
I liked Infinite Warfare. It was interesting. So it got a lot of heat because it was in space, but like it was cool. You had some really cool environments you went to, and it was a decent story. Like I enjoyed it.
I just like when they do different. Excuse me. I just like when they do different things with Call of Duty and they don't keep things the same. Like, how many times can you do World War II?
Correct.
Or Modern Warfare? Like, it's like at one point you're going to have to do something different. And I like that they kind of thought outside the box with these newer games. And
well, at some point they're going to run out of wars.
And you got to create new ones.
Exactly, and that's what they're doing now. They're like, we're just going to create different wars for us so we can create our own campaigns. And I just think that's cool. Like, I like all the characters in the game. Like, the guy that you walk around with, Joker, he's a pretty cool guy. Like, I'm definitely enjoying the campaign so far. So I'm gonna stick with this one. Update on some Patreon stuff. Need for Speed is still fucking bullshit. God, that game is so hard. Like, I might have to throw in the towel on this one. Like, seriously, I just cannot do the dirt races. Like, they infuriate me to no end, to the point where, like, I'm not even enjoying playing the game, like, at all. And that like concerns me when, like, I don't enjoy playing something at all. I'm like, all right, is this even worth playing now?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It kind of is, because like I don't ever usually get to that point, but with this game, I'm like I'm at like my wit's end. Like the shit doesn't need to be this hard.
That's what she said.
I don't know
Dude, my wife made a "that's what she said" joke in the theme park the other day. And she said something like, I forget what the response, what was said that she responded to. And then she's like, "That's what she said." And she kind of tried to like say it like low so where no one else heard it. And my daughter heard her and she screamed, "Ah, Mom just made a 'that's what she said' joke."
That's great.
It was so funny. I'm like, dude, my kids know they know that's a thing. Like we're at that point now. It's funny.
But yeah, I played a lot of stuff this week. Nothing that I'm like, nothing crazy though. I also played Stray. So if you guys want to talk about Stray for a few minutes, I can do that.
And go for it, man. Because I've only played a little bit. I played a little bit last night once we got in.
I beat about 60% of it now. I'm almost done. So I know I was going to say I was going to do a deep dive or like do a full review this week, but I'm only going to give you like a half review. Playing as a cat, I was hoping for so much more, but what it really is it's a phenomenal little game. Like it has no right being this good. I think the mechanics work really, really well with the game. Like you're this little cat who's running around like city with robots, and you're helping solve puzzles and help people out, and it's a pretty simple, cool little game. I'm enjoying it. I really, really am. Like I really like the cat. He's cool. I like the trophies are cool because they make you do like different obscure things out in the world, and I think that's really cool. I love when games make you like interact with the environment to unlock trophies. I think that's really cool. So
nice.
Darrell, what was your impressions of it so far?
So far so good. Like my kids watched their favorite YouTuber Dan TDM play it a little bit. So when they saw me fire it up, everyone come running in the room like, "Oh, dude, let's play!" So this will be a pass the controller game. Graphically, it looks really, really good. I'm playing the PS5 version first. I don't know if there's a, like a PS. I don't know if there's like an auto pop scenario for this one.
I don't think there is.
Well, we'll definitely play through it twice for sure. I mean, I hear the platinum's pretty straightforward. I didn't look it up.
Like there's some of the collectibles are a pain in the ass, but I mean that's what it is in gaming. Collectibles are always a pain in the ass.
Gotcha. Well, it looks pretty cool. So far so good. So there's a speedrun trophy there. That looks kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, it's like beat it in 2 hours or something like that. And I was like, yeah.
As we're talking, I clicked over to the trophy.
There's times when I'm like, where the hell am I even supposed to go? Because it's not very like handholdy where like it tells you exactly where to go.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, go over here. It doesn't really do that. It says like, go find this guy. And I'm like, all right, well, where is he? Yeah, you figure that out on your own. And I'm like, what?
Gotcha. Okay, well, that's pretty dope. So yeah, so far we played, I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe 35, 45 minutes of it. I don't think we played quite an hour. So we did a little bit. I started to doze off when it wasn't my turn. So, and it was also midnight. So we're going to play it, tonight we're doing a family game night. So we'll see. But it'll definitely be a game that my daughter and I beat this week for sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick game from what I saw. It's only like 5 or 6 hours.
I dig it.
So I'm definitely going to get back to it sometime this week. I wanted to finish it, like I said before the show, but just didn't get it done, unfortunately. And then I started playing other things, and you know what happens. You get distracted by one thing or another, and you just totally don't play it. I started up a new universe mode in WWE 2K22. Now that all the DLC is out for the game, since all of it's out now, I've just been trying to kind of messing around with all the new characters and stuff.
I tried playing that the other day, and I'm having some of the same issues that Kalai's having with not knowing where to stand for these objectives. So that's on my list of things to do this week as well, is go back and finish that campaign mode.
It's a pain in the butt, some of those. Like, they They don't handhold at all. And like even when you go like look at the button press in the pause menu, it's not really like clear enough what you're supposed to do, and it's very confusing.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been like trying to do everything, and you know, people are like, oh, just go on YouTube. Yeah, I've gone on YouTube. It doesn't really help. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong.
So the way I finally figured out how to do them is I went and like watched. I didn't watch a video. What I did was I went and looked it up on like a forum, and like the guy kind of explained exactly what you had to do, like move by move by move, but like spelt it all out. And he's like, yeah, if you're doing it this way, you're gonna have this move happen, so don't do that. And I was like, oh shit.
Could you send me that?
I gotta find it again, but yeah, I'll see if it's still in my search history.
I dig it. You got anything else, Joe?
Not really. Like it's been I mean, I talked a lot on the Driftcast about what I played this week, so like I'm kind of like out of material and don't want to repeat myself. But
I dig it.
But yeah, I didn't play too much this week.
Cool. All right. Well, I haven't played much either. Most of everything I did this week was vacation related. I did bring my Vita with me, and I played a little bit of Lego Avengers on the Vita. That's kind of the latest game I've been chipping away at on there. I lost my progress on Final Fantasy twice. I'm just like, I can't.
Wait, really?
So I'll start that one over eventually. But I've been chipping away at some Marvel Lego Avengers. It's okay. Like, I don't know. This particular game, I've started on the PS3 and I've started on the Vita, and I just can't love it. Like, it's just not. I don't know. I don't know what I want out of this, but it's just not. It's not my favorite game to play. I really like the Lego Marvel Superheroes on Vita because it was more 2.5D, like kind of side-scrolly. And it definitely, like, it played a little more straightforward than some of the other Lego stuff. And I kind of enjoyed that. Like, I think I kind of liked a little more straightforward experience when it comes to Lego games, because sometimes they can be kind of annoying.
You don't know where to go. You can't figure out what to do.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't really tell you what they want you to do, and that gets kind of annoying.
This Lego Batman game is absolutely annoying with that. There's like everybody has like 10 different power-ups, and like you don't know which one to use on which thing, so like it's all trial and error, and I'm like, I don't want trial and error in a Lego game. I want to go right and collect Lego bits and beat levels.
Yeah. So that being said, I played that. I played Stray. And then I'm playing right now. It's funny. I had to install it like twice. The campaign for Call of Duty Vanguard. So the game looks and plays amazing. And I'm playing the PS4 version first, and then I'm gonna play the PS5. But oh my gosh, such a cool game. I'm really early on into it, so I don't really have a ton to say about the campaign, but playing that, it just looks amazing. Played some Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's the last pledge game I have on our Patreon. I'm chipping away at it. I'm on chapter 8, I believe. I've already seen Sephiroth, whatever his name is, in the kind of the visions. And I'm with Aerith, kind of running around doing side quests and just kind of knocking out little things for people. I'm not prepared to go for the platinum on this game, but I'm doing side quests anyways. So I don't really know what my purpose is once I finish it.
I mean, you got to beat it on very hard to get, or you have to beat it on hard mode to get the platinum. So
okay, well, I don't know. I don't love it enough to try that, but I don't dislike it enough to cancel it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm very in the middle in this game. There's just times where it's just so slow. Like, I would just want to go, and it wants me to walk really slow. It wants me to, you know how like in like Gears of War, it's like you'll have this big action sequence, and then you'll walk real slow while you have your finger up to your ear on the intercom. It's just like, let me go. Just let me run. Like, talk in my ear and let me run. This game does that a lot. It's very much lots of do one thing, walk real slow. Do one thing, walk real slow. So, but when the game's moving and I'm able to fight and do stuff, it's very, very good. But when it's not, it's very slow and annoying. So I don't know if I mentioned this on the last show, but I got the Platinum and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Did I say that?
I don't know.
remember.
Okay. Well, Kalai and I are, we're going in this together in July's. We have more Platinums than Tricky Month. And so we both have the Platinum and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I had the same issue with this game that she did. The shield trophy where you have to, I forget the name of the gun now, the repulsor or whatever, the void repulsor or whatever it's called. But essentially you have to put up a shield, absorb a couple bullets, and then fire out without the shield itself killing the enemies. That was annoying. So I've been playing through that.
By the way,
go ahead.
Since trophy whores don't talk about trophies, I would just like to tell the community this. You have to get that gun to level 5 before you can get that trophy. And I didn't even realize this. I didn't even buy the gun to the end of the game. And by the time I bought the gun, there was no more enemies left because I cleared everything out.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind too.
Yep, get the gun to level 5, and then if you need to, you can do the challenge mode. But the mistake I made was I started the game over on challenge mode. You can create your save file, and then you start a new game with all your weapons and stuff. I did that, so I didn't have access to the challenge arenas anymore, and caused myself basically a half a playthrough on the game.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing, but I got to the arena, and that's where I got the achievement.
But it was good. It was a good game. I quite enjoyed it. Next up, I did Tetris Effect. I've been playing a little bit of that. It's really freaking good.
Yeah, it is.
I played through several levels of that. I had to do some classes this week, some compliance classes. I had to do a class for my license in Florida. Lots of, not this past week. Was it this past week? Yeah, well, I did it this past weekend. So last weekend from the time we're recording. So before we hit the road on Monday, I was doing a bunch of class stuff. So I did that. And what I was doing to kind of keep myself, I found that like when I'm in class, when I'm in these like, I got to sit there for hours and listen to someone talk to me, I like teach me, I get very antsy. I got a little bit of ADD going on with that kind of stuff. So playing Tetris in the background keeps me like stimulated, and it doesn't like get in my way of actually paying attention to what I'm supposed to be learning. So that was pretty cool. I played a little bit of Tetris while learning. And then the last thing, I played some Division 2 with our boy Tricky Mick, and the game's awesome. The Division 2 is really good. So I don't know that it warrants like the amount of time, thousands of hours that people put into it. But as far as like just checking the game out and playing it with Tricky has been really fun. So, but that's me. That's all I got.
Cool.
All right. Who's ready to head on over to our Loot Bros leaderboards?
I am.
All right. So we're going to start off with the True Achievements leaderboard. In first place, once again, Sadik with 2,195 achievement points. He's playing some Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. 100 points below him, I'm Styling on You Bro, 2,095 achievement points. He's playing Power Wash Simulator. I've heard really good things about that. People are saying that Power Wash Simulator is the game they did not know they needed.
Didn't you guys make fun of us for getting that for free on our...
Yes, I did. So it seemed like a really dumb... Well, first off, it seems like a dumb game. Second off, it seems like a really, scraping the bottom of the barrel when you have, for Game Pass. But I'm in a couple of gaming dad groups on Facebook. And a lot of the guys in there were saying, I didn't realize I would like this, but I really do. So... next, third place, GDI Master Ace, playing some, he's got 515 achievement points, playing some Deep Rock Galactic. And then in fourth place, Sony Pony 2U with 160 achievement points, playing some Forza Horizon 5. Fifth place, our very own Kalai with 48 points, playing Skull, the Hero Slayer. Good job, Kalai. Good job.
Thank you.
Next up, oh man, we have a new king on the top of the mountain. Loot Bros True Trophies leaderboards. We have Redbeard Rick with 176 trophies. Playing some Minecraft. There you go. A bit of a drop. Second place, Mr. TMNT 84 with 41 trophies. Playing some Stray.
Damn. That is a far drop.
Yeah.
I'll take it, though.
Yep. Third place, MZ Nitro, 29 trophies with he's playing some Driver San Francisco. And then fourth place, I'm Styling on You Bro, playing some Train Sim World 2. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and give out the fifth place, Stink Palm, 25 trophies, playing some Catwalk Model in Fall Guys. Or excuse me, Catwalk Model is the actual trophy name in Fall Guys. And of course, Kalai, you're in seventh place with 20 trophies for Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Very good, very good, very good. I only have 13 trophies for the week. And I still beat Tricky Mick, who only had 2 trophies. He's in 13th place.
I mean, you don't really get any more trophies for playing Division at this point.
You're right. You're right. That is a thing. That is a thing. All right, Kalai, you want to take over with the backlog beatdown?
Yes, I do, sir. We have I'm Styling on You Bro with 113. CJ Anderson with 82. Diago with 74. Darrell with 69. Redbeard Rick with 69.
69. Hey, we're both done, Rick. Me and you, we're both out for the rest of the year.
Joe's at 55. You updated your stuff, correct,
Yep,
Joe?
all updated.
Did you also post all your pictures?
Yep.
Sweet. Gareth is at 49. JT is at 48. Jared's at 29. He's getting up there. Alex is at 23, and so is I Yield to No One. Zachary is at 21. James the Nerd is at 19. Matthew Mulden is at 19. Me, Noah, and Tricky are at 15, which I intend to pass.
Nice.
Homer Gets Stuffed is at 9. Spider Pax is at 8. BWOW is at 6. 42J is at 5. Jim is one achievement away from finishing Hades and getting the 100% in Hades.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, so. And then Sadik is at 5.
Sadik actually has a few more points. I didn't check our email prior to this, but he did email in some stuff that he got. So he's got at least 4 more points. I need to check the dates on the games that he's got 200% that I have to add.
You're slacking.
So, I didn't think about it until just now. Like, well, as we were doing it, I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't check the email. But to be fair, I've been on vacation.
Slacking.
So I'll have that updated here in just a moment. So, all right, guys, what we're going to do for this week's episode is we're going to have a bit of a community questions based episode. There's not really a ton going on right now, not a ton of big releases going on right now. And, you know, with kind of the state we've been in with the Loot Bros, you guys just did a Driftcast, so you're going to cover a bunch of the things you've been playing. And I don't have anything new to really add outside of... Oh, I do have one game I didn't mention earlier, but I'm going through with my son. We're playing Resident Evil 5. And we played 1 or 2 missions this morning, and we're talking about playing that tonight. So, but not really doing anything crazy, but we did have a decent amount of community questions come in. So, originally, I wasn't going to be on this show. So I wrote in to the show with a few questions for you guys. But normally I would say, okay, well, I would just not read mine out, and then we just read everybody else's. But I think I'm going to ask the questions anyways, especially since it's pertinent to everything I've been doing this week. So this week's official topic is also our community questions section. So what we'll do is, Kalai, I'm going to read one out from the Facebook group. Then I'll have you read one out from the Discord. And we'll go back and forth like that. How's that sound?
Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Hey, you know, great minds.
Correct.
All right, so here we go. This is one that I posed for you guys, assuming I wasn't going to be here, but I would like to know. what is the best or what is your favorite theme park? Starting with Kalai.
Ooh, right now Disney World, but if I ever go to the Super Mario themed Nintendo park, that could overtake it.
That could be the one. All right. How long has it been since the last time you went to Disney?
It's been years. My mother and father lived down there for a long time, and they lived close to Disney World, so we used to go down there and just spend, days at the park because we could.
Heck yeah.
But unfortunately, my parents had to move back, and my father passed away, so it's been a long time.
I understand. What about you, Joe?
I really like Universal. I'm more of a Universal person. I like Jurassic Park. As much as I do like Universal, like Disney's just special. There's just something about being at Disney that's just,
I dig it.
It makes you a kid again when you're an adult. And I think when you have a kid and you go to Disney and seeing Disney again through a kid's eyes is way different than seeing it through an adult's eyes. You get to enjoy it a second time. So.
Okay. I've never been to Disney. This year alone, we've been to Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Universal. Been to Universal several times. I love Universal. So I'm not a huge Disney property person, So for me, I tend to enjoy, the stuff that's at Universal personally. So that they're good. But SeaWorld is cool, man. I really like the dolphin show. It's exceptional. And I went to SeaWorld back last October, and I went just this past week, and the dolphin shows were different. So that was really cool. But, as far as Busch Gardens goes, that's more of your thrill ride coaster. Oh, and we've been to Dollywood this year as well. We went to Dollywood not too long ago. So, as far as Busch Gardens goes, it has more thrill ride stuff, and I get really bad motion sick spinning circles going upside down. And so I try every so often to get on one of those and kind of brave it. And I'm getting better at it. I think I'm building up a bit of a tolerance. But for the most part, the thrill rides don't really work for me. And Busch Gardens has a lot of zoo stuff, It's you can I took a train around there, and there's zoo style exhibits. So there's lions, there's tigers, there's rhinos, there's antelope, there's giraffes, there's zebras, all this stuff. And it's really cool. All the different, there's aquarium stuff there. There's a bird exhibits there. There's all kinds of stuff. There's even a kangaroo exhibit. So there's cool stuff there to look at, even if you don't ride the rides. And since Spider Packs is still kind of short, I usually break off the groups and take him to go do stuff he can ride anyways. So it works out for our group. But, as for me, I love Universal, dude. It's freaking awesome.
All right, Ender writes in and says, what do you think if Xbox moved to integrate Discord and its system? Do you think Sony will do the same at some point? That's the first.
It's not integrated very well for those of you who don't or not well abreast of this topic or this situation. Basically, you have to download an app on your phone, and then you have to link your Xbox account to that app. So it's like having another chat device to have chat with other people on different devices. Fucking people on Xbox, they all fucking play Xbox. They're not chatting with anybody else. Let's be real. You own an Xbox, you own an Xbox. So you're not going to chat with PS4 people. You're not going to chat with Switch people. And if you're going to use Discord, you're probably just going to use it on a computer anyway, because who doesn't have a computer 15 feet from their console? Most people do at this point, or they'll just use Discord on their phone. So it's not a native app, which I think was a big mistake. It should just have a native app. If you're not going to launch your native app, don't even do it. Nintendo does this bullshit too, where it's the chat system works through an app you download on your phone, same way. It's it's 2022. No, this is terrible. Horrible.
I disagree with you by the fact that everybody has Discord on their computer. I use Discord a lot on my iPad. My cousin uses it on his phone when we play Nintendo. So, I don't know why they did it as a different app, maybe eventually it will come to the system more natively. And I have talked on Discord while playing other games on my system. So I think it's cool. I really hope that they integrate Discord on both Xbox and PlayStation, because there's plenty of times that me and Joe want to sit and talk, and I would want to play PC. And if we could do it natively through Discord, I think it would be really cool.
I mean, we can. We just need to use separate devices to do it, which I feel like nowadays, like, we've already been doing this for years. Like, people know how to do this at this point.
Yeah. So, okay, to kind of backtrack a bit, PlayStation has already started their Discord integration. They started it last year. So now I know it's not a ton, and I don't know why there's no native like app and back and forth on there like it's supposed to be. But they have if you're on Discord, you can see people playing PlayStation games. Like, it gives you the option to sync up with your console or whatever, or your profile. And PlayStation made some sort of deal with Discord last year. And supposedly, from what I understand, from how this stuff's been reported on various podcasts, that's supposed to happen. We're supposed to get native Discord app built in for cross party chat, all that stuff. I don't know where that's at or what's happening. And I didn't know the way you're explaining things, Joe. I didn't know that there was a difference, like that you had to have a different app to use it on Xbox. But I imagine one day we're going to get to a point where everyone is, going to be together, and everyone's going to be, able to talk through Discord.
So, like, it's not like it's still the regular Discord app, but you have to link it through your Xbox account. So you have to do like an extra verification step, which is kind of like a pain in the ass. Like, there's no reason for that. Discord already works the way it is. You shouldn't have to like link an account to use it. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I don't use Discord a ton, and what I do is I tend to get on Discord for a little while and then forget about it, and then get on it for a little while and forget about it. So I'm trying to do better.
All right. Then Ender asks, any exciting news you think will come out of Comic-Con this month? I mean, we've already heard the news. For me, it's the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Then he asks, will Jared ever go back to his love for poetry involving Herd's turds?
He hasn't been writing in about the turds lately. I think he's...
Dr. Deuce is dead.
Yeah, Dr. Deuce, he took the final number 2. So, I don't know. I would like for Jared to write back in. I'm getting a little... I will say this. Jared and I message back and forth every couple days. Sometimes every day. So Dr. Deuce is alive. I just think that his how like really famous, really like high profile writers, they get writer's block every so often. I think that's what's happening. Dr. Deuce, he's a little constipated. He's a little backed up.
That's too good.
The jokes write themselves. It has nothing to do with me. So, all right. So now we'll head back over to the Facebook group. This is another one that I asked, and I was going to ignore it, but I will ask you guys, what's the best game you've played so far this year?
It's a tough one.
That is.
Whenever I ask you that, what's the first one that popped in your head?
Monster Hunter.
Okay.
It's really tough. All right, let me look. Tara, do you have an answer? Because I'll look through my trophies real quick.
I'd say, as far as total package goes, Ratchet and Clank was, it is a little current, so I don't know if that's fair. But I really did enjoy it.
I would say Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge would be, that one would be the next one. So, as far as when I say total package, like the actual act of getting all the trophies was fun. Shredder's Revenge I've beaten a couple times now, and the act of getting all the trophies is not as fun.
It Takes Two is a good one too.
I hadn't got that one yet. So outside of that, I mean, I've played a lot of cool stuff, but I think Shredder's Revenge and Ratchet and Clank are gonna be the two best ones that I've played so far. So, yep, I think that's it. I mean, I've played some Dying Light 2, but I haven't played enough of it to really. No, that's not very fair. I played a little bit of Horizon. That's not really fair. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into them like I should. I guess DMC Devil May Cry. I played that in January. That was freaking awesome. So, and I played Fear 3 in January. That was another really good one. That was awesome. So, I don't know. I played some good stuff, but I think Ratchet and Clank, Shredder's Revenge are probably two of the best ones I've got right now. So, Kalai, you got another one from Discord.
I'm Sound on You Bro writes it and says, do you think Sony's censorship is beginning to get way out of hand with their stupid PlayStation safety features you are forced to agree with? My friend messaged me, fancy a chant tonight, mate? And it got deleted by PlayStation safety. If we have to be 18 or older to make an account, why are we being treated like babies? Do you think they should go the route of Netflix, where there are accounts with child-only content that can be said, done, or played?
Dude, I think that PlayStation censorship in general is getting a little excessive. I think that the fact that there's games coming out on different platforms that are essentially the same thing minus a little bit of content in general is a big deal. And I think both parties, are Xbox and I can't speak for Nintendo because I've never chatted with a person on there. But I think both of them are getting they're getting a little weird with their verbiage when it comes to things you can and can't say on their platforms. So,
well,
I'm not a huge fan of censorship okay, let me back up. As a parent, I'm thankful for these things because it does filter out a lot of the crap that can and can't be said to my children. But I like that being an option under parental settings. As a normal human being who likes to have free reign of my platform of choice, it alarms me that these things are happening, even though it's not necessarily something that I would necessarily need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be able to say whatever in the world I can possibly think up on PlayStation or Xbox, because I'm never going to say or do something that warrants there needing to be some sort of censoring. On the flip side, as a liberty-loving American, I think that we should have the opportunity to say and do whatever. At the end of the day, it seems like Sony has cracked down in a lot of areas, kind of behind the scenes, that they have never drawn any corporate attention to. That they're just getting a little more tight on things being said, tight on things being sent, tight on content on their platform. However, an area they're not so tight on is the amount of spam bots that are actually in the messaging app. I don't know if you, Joe, or if you, Kalai, get a lot of that.
Oh my God. You want to pay for these trophies?
Dude, all the time. I get blown up with that trash. So I don't understand the inconsistencies in what is and is not cut out.
That is true. And, you know, the funny part with them cracking down on all this stuff, Nintendo was the worst for censorship.
Yep.
In fact, a lot of the Wii era games, they would not let anybody onto their platform because it wasn't kid friendly. So as an adult, I was all excited to have like the handheld stuff, but there was no games that I wanted to play because they were all like, oh, my pet cat, my pet dog.
Yep.
So it's kind of funny to see that this reverse going on with Sony.
You weren't playing the right games. And first of all, Nintendo had the most ridiculousness because they had that PictoChat app thing on there, and you could draw penises on there all day, and Nintendo never shut it down.
PictoChat is what it was called.
Yeah, it was so bad. It lives in infamy. I remember when they made the Smash Brothers level where they let you make your own PictoChat level, and then they had to take it down because people were just making penis floats.
That's funny. You know what though? I had there was something on one of the old Loot Bros episodes back when Frosty was here. Maybe he wasn't on that episode, but I remember listening back one day, And I went on this big rant just about how Nintendo doesn't have anything for me. If Nintendo wanted me, they would have to change their policies, blah, blah, blah. And now look at Nintendo. They're putting unrated versions of their games on there that Sony and Xbox are censoring. Here's looking at you, Agony. Right? They're putting all kinds of crap on their platform that's like the more mature version. They've got all these indie games. I'm just like, man, I never saw a world in which Nintendo would be the Wild West and the other platforms would be the uptight ones. So, it's crazy.
And Sony comes. I was going to say Sony comes from Japan. Japan's a very, very perverted country when it comes to stuff like that.
All you Japanese that listen to the show, you perverts. And all you Japanese fans that listen to the show, pervert.
I just think it's like it just goes to show you that like they don't like they know what sells on the Switch and because it can be so discreet on a handheld, it's very, very marketable. And they'll just put anything on there. I was scrolling through the eShop. I'm like, man, there's a lot of hentai trash on here. Like a lot of like booby games and games with like clad like. And it's funny because like Nintendo will censor their games, but they won't censor other people's games. So like they'll give you Bayonetta, but they'll like clothe Bayonetta up more in their version on their system. But you can play like an uncensored version on another console that has higher censorship. It makes no sense for some of this stuff.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I remember reading an article just last week about how Bayonetta is going to be censored now.
It is. But it was like the remasters were more censored than the original versions were.
Really? I own it, but I've never played the remaster. I mean, don't get me wrong. I played the original Bayonetta, and it wasn't so bad, you know. Like, I mean, sure, her clothes are made of her hair, and every now and again she has to put her hair up, but it never really showed anything so inappropriate, you know. It was more so implied or things she would cover herself through to do the environment or certain body motions, things of that nature. Like,
it was all tongue in cheek, though.
Yeah, and like it wasn't. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the best way to put it. But then I haven't played the PS4 version, so I don't know if they've changed any of that stuff. But I'm like,
it more changed for the Switch ports than anything else.
But like, don't get me wrong, I would love to play Bayonetta again, and I don't know that I want to have to explain, you know, why this person's swimsuit just turned into nothing and her hair's all over the place like that. You know, like that. In my position, I don't need things to be uncensored, but I do get the concern, and I really don't like the fact that so many times we've had to, you know, address that on this show and just in general in gaming, that like things are changing and maybe not necessarily for the better. So.
I just think there's a lot of better places to get your titties and your hentai from. You don't need to get it from your video games.
Very true. I agree with that.
Like,
yeah,
man.
But it's still a genre.
Yeah, I mean, it is a thing.
Yeah, no, I get you there too.
I don't know. All right, what we got? Is it my turn now, Kalai?
It is.
All right, guys. This was a question I threw in there just for fun. But since we're here, we'll ask it. Have you ever pooped your pants on a family trip or vacation? And before we answer the question, I had to edit my post because it auto-corrected. And Matt G wrote in, said, the fact that I know what you intended to ask tells you I am too familiar with this podcast. So before you edit anyone reading this, Darrell asked if the host ever poked their pants. Not pooped, poked.
I've never poked my pants. I actually had that saved up for the episode because I knew you were going to change the wording. And I was like, no, I've never poked my pants.
Yeah, I don't know. Autocorrect hates me. My messages will be good. And then I'll hit send and they change. It's like, what? That's not what I said. I said what I said.
And I was like, wait, is poted like a southern thing? Like do they pote their pants? Like,
nope, it's pooped. So have you ever pooped your pants on a family vacation or a road trip?
I have not.
I have also not.
I have not, although gotten very close. Our last trip, not this past week, but the trip before back in June, I almost didn't make it. We were almost in Florida. We were in Florida. We were past Jacksonville, but not quite in Orlando. And my stomach just started hurting, and I was feeling kind of crampy, and I started sweating. I was white as a ghost. I thought I was gonna die, and there was just nothing. It's 11, almost 12 o'clock at night. There's nothing open. There's nothing. I found a Denny's, I think it was, and I ran in, and they were short staffed, so they were only seating 2 or 3 tables at a time. It was they had one person running the whole front, and she was also the waitress. So they had, they had 2 doors in the back, I think one in the front. Either way, they had most of the doors locked. And I ran in, and they were panicked. They're like, "How many people are you bringing with you?" I was like, "Well, there's 5 of us, but I just kind of need to use your restroom right now." And I'm like, "I'm willing to pay for food if that's what it takes to get into your restroom." But they weren't concerned about me using the restroom. They were concerned about me sitting down for food. Sure enough, they let me use the bathroom. I made it barely, but was very, very sick. On the flip side, my oldest son had a very similar situation this past trip where he almost didn't make it. So something about that trip to Florida, man, gets them bowels moving. So, anyways.
All right. I'm next. Have you seen any of the questions on Discord, by the way?
I haven't touched them, no.
You haven't looked at them?
Nope.
They're ridiculous, dude.
Oh, my God. Oh, okay. I am style on you, bro. Writes in. If BeanBoozled was making a new special edition flavor, which one would you choose to eat? You have to pick one. Joe Biden's morning breath, Donald Trump's nut sweat, or Nancy Pelosi's breast milk that's 1 month old.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Joe Biden's morning breath, Donald Trump's
nut sweat.
Oh, Lord. And then Nancy Pelosi's spoiled milk.
Yes.
I mean, morning breath seems like the easy way out of this one. Sorry, I'm not drinking any salt water, and I'm not into curdled milk.
Ew.
What about you, Joe?
You got to pick
the
one.
Breath. Yeah. Sleepy Joe's breath. I'm not fucking putting Nancy Pelosi's breast milk in my mouth. I'm not putting anything of Nancy Pelosi's anywhere near my body.
Lord help us. All right, Kalai.
I would go with Nancy Pelosi's breast milk because I could probably hide it in yogurt.
Ew. It's a month old.
God, dog. Hey. Somebody will buy it.
Don't make it right.
That's so disgusting. The fact that I'm styling on you, bro, had that swimming around in his brain is a little alarming. Ugh. All right. JT, John 10 Credit, that one Seagull, the Alpha Seagull. My name is FMAO. He writes in and says, how many poop sock nunchucks can one create in one's full expected lifespan? Poop.
This is the greatest question of all time.
Poop sock nunchucks. That's a lot. That's crazy.
I mean, that's a lot of poop.
Yes. What are you thinking, Joe?
That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know if I can create that much poop to make a nunchuck.
Well, I would say pre-E2M, I could have a small factory, a small warehouse of poop sock nunchuck. Now that I'm doing E2M, with the exception of this past week, I sometimes go 7 to 8 days without using the bathroom. It's ridiculous.
Not healthy.
It's not. It's been a thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not much in the poop sock nunchucks these days. Also, if the actual terms of creation were strictly for were strictly for like gaming, like while you're gaming it up, and then you make the poop sock, then I'm not gaming enough to make poop socks. So.
Like I roll my own poop sock nunchucks.
All right, what about you guys?
I would probably say for me a small factory.
Nice.
Jesus.
I have irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, but those are like IBS level poop sock nunchucks. That's cheating.
Nice.
Joe, what about you?
How much poop could a poop sock could poop sock?
There you go. Awesome. All right, what
I mean, enough to definitely like give all the members of Cobra Kai their own poop sock nunchucks.
that's a lot. It's a lot of members of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, you know, they got to strike first, so I have to make sure that nunchucks are deadly.
Nice. All right, Kalai, what's our next question?
There isn't any more on Discord.
Is that the last one?
That was the last one, yeah. So
Okay, good. All right, Jared writes in, he goes, what are with all these awesome video games that shouldn't be mobile games coming to mobile phone, but with in-app purchases? Diablo, Ni no Kuni, and Octopath Traveler are all good games, and I've seen ads lately for phone versions. Has anyone tried these games that I assume are abominations? So we'll stop right there. Has anybody played Diablo Mobile, Ni no Kuni Mobile, or Octopath Traveler Mobile?
I mean, Diablo Mobile is an actual game made for mobile. It's not a console game. It was actually a game made for mobile, so it's kind of a little bit different. I assume he's talking about Diablo Immortals. That is actually a mobile game, but with the invention of like all those phone grip case things and all that nonsense, like you can play anything on a phone now.
Yes, that's true. You can sync your controllers up, mount your phone to the top of your controller, and you can use full controller
nuts.
support.
Yeah, go nuts. Like we live in a different age where like a phone is not just a phone anymore, and it doesn't just have crappy games. Like you can do a lot in a phone now. Phones are more powerful than the Switch at this point.
Yep, not my phone, but some phones.
Not my phone either, because my phone's a phone. It's a phone.
I have a phone. Mine's I do so much of my business through phone too, and I have such a crappy phone. It's an iPhone SE, so like 4 gens back or 3 gens back.
Damn, I thought mine was as bad. I have the XR or whatever the hell it's called.
I got the SE, and so me, my wife, and my son, we all have SEs. But mine's been run
They're
over.
like throttling those to like fail.
Yes. The internet is trash. I was trying to work off this thing this week, so it sucked. Yeah, I got to upgrade, but I don't want to upgrade. I don't want to pay freaking $1 billion for a phone that's only going to last 2 years. It drives me crazy. I hate it. I hate the phone upgrade system. I hate buying a new phone. I hate how much they cost. I hate phones in general. So, Kalai, have you played any of those games? Diablo, Ni no Kuni, or Octopath Traveler on mobile?
So I downloaded Diablo Immortal and just never played it.
Interesting. I haven't even downloaded it. I don't even know if my phone will run it.
My phone will definitely run it. But
All right, go ahead.
But like I just haven't had time to start it because I do have the thing that makes it on my controller. I've played another game that was phone first and came to another platform. Then that was the Castlevania game.
Okay.
And that one was riddled with microtransactions. And I kind of get disappointed where, like, when I pick up a game like that on the phone, I just want to play the game. I don't want to be like, oh, you have to wait 20 minutes to make your next move. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like that stuff. And my kids, man, it sucks watching them play these games because they have games they play all the time, but it's like, oh, I got to watch ads to get an extra life. Or I can pay money. And I'm just like, man, I hate that for them.
Now, I wish that there was games where, like, you could, like... I wish there's some of these phone games you could actually play on a console. Because I would.
Dude,
there's some...
You play Jurassic World Alive or whatever it's called. My kids will play the fool out of that on console.
The game's pretty dope. So. Or Simpsons Tapped Out. If I could have Simpsons Tapped Out on my Switch, Oh man, great.
That's interesting. Never played that one. All right, the next part of Jared's question is, does it ruin the game's good name by allowing them to release a version of the game that is likely a turd? Maybe these turds can mistakenly be tied to Amber Heard. Hashtag, what if these turds are not from Heard?
I mean, no, because Sonic the Hedgehog still exists. So there's your and Resident Evil. I mean, there are bad Resident Evil games. There's bad games in almost every franchise. Look at Assassin's Creed. All they do is make shitty games now.
Dang, hot take. Yep. Speaking of Assassin's Creeds, we just got all those for PS Premium.
Yeah, enjoy all those 100-hour adventures where half the game is padding.
Yep.
Fucking they should just put Assassin's Creed. They should just put like a box of tampons and just call it padded. Because that's all this game is padding. It's insane amount of padding in those games.
Yeah, I agree. You know what they didn't give us? The best game that they put out in years. They didn't give it to us for premium.
Which one? Odyssey?
Rogue. Yeah, I guess they didn't give us Odyssey either. Now that I think about it.
Because I would say Odyssey is the best out of all.
Is Rogue the one they're shutting down?
They're shutting down a lot of them.
They're shutting down Ubisoft shutting down a lot of games. But no, I was going to say in my opinion, my favorite. Now, granted, I didn't play anything. I didn't play Syndicate, and I didn't play Odyssey or Valhalla. Although I own Syndicate and I own Valhalla, I haven't played any of those. But I played every Assassin's Creed, at least some of them, up to that point. And Rogue was awesome. That was the one that came out the same year as
Freedom Cry and the other two?
No, that was after Freedom Cry.
I like Freedom Cry a lot.
Black Flag.
Playing as a slave was cool.
Yeah, you had Black Flag.
It was just very different.
And then you had Unity. Unity came out to the current gen at the time.
That was the first next gen one, wasn't it?
Right. And then Rogue.
Riddled piece of garbage.
Yeah, Rogue came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. And it was awesome. So it was really, really good. Like, I remember getting that from the Redbox back when Redbox had games.
Yeah, I remember Redbox had games.
Yep. And it was freaking great. Great.
Yeah, it was. And you just didn't return it. Or people would rent out a game, Darrell, and then they'd put like a CD back in the case and then put it back in the Redbox machine.
Yes. Dude, what happened to me was I rented 2K17. I think it was 17. Yeah. And it was maybe it was 13. Maybe it was 13.
The one with Stone Cold in the cover?
Which one had the Rock? 14?
14.
14? That was the one. 14. So the one that had the Rock.
13 CM Punk.
Whichever one had the Rock on it. I rented that one, and I rented it on PS3. And then when I got the disc, it was a piece of paper. It was a photocopied version of it. So you could scan the code, and it would accept it. Crazy, isn't it?
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So they would take and they would make a photocopy of the disc so that it had the barcode and everything on it. Because and the Redbox games had their little label on there. Yeah. So if you photocopied it, you could just cut it out, put it in the case. It slides in, it reads the barcode, and then it says that the game was returned.
Oh shit, that's clever.
Yeah, it sucks when you're the guy who goes to rent the thing and it's nothing in it. It wasn't there. So that was a little bit of booty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
it's a big old bag of Sucktown right there.
Oh, Sucktown. But, I guess, that's why they don't do games anymore, because they were getting ripped off so bad. But,
that's fucked up, though.
Yep.
Put the barcode paper in there.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, who would do that? Like, that's like, you gotta be real hard up to be like, man, I gotta steal from the Redbox today. And
I was wrong, by the way. I double checked behind myself, and yes, Rogue is offered on the PS Premium service. The remaster version is. I highly, highly, highly recommend that game. It is so, so good. If you like the old style Assassin's Creed, if you're tired of that or you didn't like it to begin with, then it ain't for you. So, but yep, that's that. So, we got any more questions on Discord, or is that it?
No, that's it.
All right. So, I did want to give an update. Sadic's score is 11. I updated his points. So he is on there. It's funny because JT and I were both entering in people's stuff at the same time and sending each other little sweet messages. So very nice. All right. Well, this is definitely a shorter episode of the podcast, but I don't want to pad them if we don't need to. The show will be as long as it should be. Yes, and it's Sunday, and I just got back off of a crazy long vacation.
I just got a trophy.
Wow. About time somebody did it. Wow.
And guys, if you're listening to this and the episode comes out late, I just want to say it's not Darrell's fault. It's probably Joe who didn't send his audio.
Oh, dude, please send me the audio tonight. That would stink.
Yes. Yeah, true. I should do that right away.
Yeah, because we've had issues with recording tonight. People don't really.
Well, actually, this.
Go ahead.
Well, actually, this one should be able to. I should be able to just send this through the actual chat box because it'll be small enough.
We'll see. So
and that's what she said.
Oh, all right, guys. This has been the Loot Bros podcast. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Kalai. Thank you so much for coming on here. If you're listening to this, I dropped a special episode where I did reviews for some upcoming comic books for Legacy Comics. Please check those out. I was checking the numbers earlier. The Apple numbers are being screwy again. They're not reporting again. It's freaking getting on my nerves. But that being said, if you're listening to the show on whatever podcast platform, please leave us reviews. Please like, share, do all that stuff. We would love for you to share our show with other people. Add your friends to the Facebook group. Join the Discord. Links to all that stuff are in the description each and every week. So thank you guys for coming on and talking shop with me.
I have a very special message for CJ.
Okay.
But JJ.
Oh, dang, CJ. That's amazing. So yes, definitely check out all the stuff that we've got in the tank. If you are listening to the show and you don't subscribe to the YouTube, go subscribe to the YouTube. If you listen on YouTube but you don't subscribe to the shows on a podcast platform, please go subscribe on a platform, even if you don't use it, and definitely leave us nice reviews. But whether you're on a podcast platform or you're on the YouTube, please go to our Patreon and support us there. We've got lots and lots of awesome content on there. We keep throwing extra stuff on it. It is definitely, there's a lot there. Even if you just get in at the $1 tier, there's hours and hours and hours of content on there. So that being said, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Kalai. Thank you all for listening. One final thing to push. Go buy the Poop Sock t-shirt. It is the greatest t-shirt ever made. And if you don't believe me, just go look at the description. It says it right there.
It's a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. So, all right, everybody. This has been the Loot Bros podcast, and we're out of here.
Later, guys.
All right, everybody. I'm going to end the show with another mashup, another remix of our theme song, Time Is Running Out. This is another one that our good friend DJ Hecticals did for us years and years ago. So I know it's been a bit of a shorter show, but I'm going to end it with a really rocking, really cool, freaking heavy-hitting version of the song. And we appreciate you guys. We'll be throwing some extra stuff into the podcast feed this coming week. Hope you dig it.
Feel like I'm playing in a game that I can never win. Time is running out, I know I gotta make a choice. So many whispers in my ear that I can't hear my voice. Tell me, will it end the situation that I'm in? Or am I bound to sit alone, drowning in my sin? Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone. Hit the streets with the truth, tell them that it's on. Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in a war zone. Hit the streets with the truth, tell them that it's on. So many people that I talk to know the truth, do what they want to do but really never follow through. suicidals. Pedestals, I tear them down, I don't need a title. Just give me grace, free love and nothing but truth. Toss out the lies, all the wolves hiding in the skies. Lost time is something we can never get back. Pay no attention to opinions, only want the facts. Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. People need to know we're living in the war zone. Hit the streets with the truth, tell them that it's on. Get right or get left, what will it be? Time is running out, the blood is flowing down the streets. 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 Blood is flowing down the streets.